Hey, what's up?
Yo, why you sound like that?
No, I was frustrated because I thought I was in this meeting.
Oh, no.
So let me yeah, let's just record the damn show.
Oh, damn. Oh, record the damn show.
Damn.
Oh, it's,
Oh, oh.
I like the
Whoa.
I just like the old way we used to do it. This is irritating to me actually.
Well, we all hang out enough. I mean, fuck, we could just do it.
No, let me I gotta record it and hold on, give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay. Go blue, huh?
Yeah, I guess we got the Bloods and the Crips right here.
I gotta
And then Kobe right in the middle.
Yo. No, he's Latin Kings.
I haven't heard nothing about Latin Kings in forever.
so
That's hilarious. Hey, that's
So you're gonna come over after and smoke.
yeah, absolutely.
let me
Yeah.
Hey, your banner's the right way, by the way. It's not backwards.
you
Yeah,
can see it, right? I was gonna ask that question.
Yeah.
Okay, you can read it. Oh, you can read it, right?
Yeah,
I can read it. It's good for reading.
Good for reading. Okay.
Good for reading.
So let me okay. Okay.
You can barely see your face. Oh, there's your face.
Okay.
You know what we need to get you, bro? Now that you're part of that Apple gang?
A
What?
ring light.
Nah, fucking AirPods, man. They connect to everything.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's why you're using your Beats and not your freaking Samsung craps.
Oh my god. No, I
Right?
lost my Samsung craps.
So
Yeah, because they're crap.
No. I put it down and forgot where I put it.
guys, but let me start the show. Greetings, hello, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube fam. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Karima's Show and Tell, where we talk about everything LA. This is episode 78. I call it 2021, new season, new thinking. So, Karima's Show is about poetry, politics, ratchetness, relationships, trending topics, the realities of LA. I really want y'all to just tune in and enjoy it, be entertained. I'm your host, Karima J. Spear, and these are my co-hosts. These are season 3 heavies. That's what I call my co-hosts, my heavies. This is the 5th season, so it's a lot of other heavies you will be introduced to. But in the bottom, Anthony Gonzalez, right? The one in the blue, right? He not Crip, but he rocking the blue.
It's baseball season again.
Okay.
Right.
We have Mr. Chico Jones, like he ain't no blood, but you know.
So don't put that in the name. Don't put that in the name at all. No. Let me correct this. Yo, it's PlayStation.
PlayStation. Okay.
PlayStation. Let me be right.
Definitely. So on
All
today's
the
show,
games, bro.
you're stupid. On today's show, we're going to talk about. I mean, it's the end of Black History Month, so I wanted to ask: it's Black History Month. What does it mean to you? And what does it mean to you, right? And what does it mean to you? Because to me, Black History Month is about. It's not really about celebrating Black people or famous Black people. It's about basically these people have inspired you, right? So that's what I use it Black History Month for. It's not just okay. Let's just talk about the famous people. What have they done to make you compel you to do better? So I want to talk about that. Also, I want to know what have you done for your society, your community to make it better. And the second question we're going to talk about is what can we expect in this year 2021? New season, new thinking. So we're going to start with we're going to jump. I guess I'll just start it off. Well,
You have to start it. You can't start with me, and then you can't start with Chico. You're a racist either way. You know what I mean?
I don't like starting.
So Black History Month to me is basically literally about just celebrating being inspired. It's the smallest month of the year, but also it's just to celebrate those who inspire us to do better. So I mean, the people who inspire me are not the famous people. Okay, Malcolm X, yes, Malcolm X is definitely one of those people that inspire me. But
Don't steal my man.
what inspires me is basically the people in my family who have done great things and who are just like they gangster. They gangster as hell. Like the two people in my family that I can say that definitely inspired me. Three people is my mother, definitely, because the thing is, the woman is she's nice no matter what. No matter what people put how people have hurt her feelings or pissed her off, she's always a nice person. I'm like always was inspired by that. Another person is my grandfather because he's a hard worker. Like he told me he does not give money to homeless people. He told me this, right? And I was like, what are you saying? Right. But he explained it. And I was like, oh, it makes a total difference. It's not you just being an asshole because you don't want to help out homeless people. He says, he told me, I'm uneducated. I worked my ass off to have the things I have for my family. Like I worked my ass off. I had nothing, right? The thing is, I went into the military. I started a painting business. I did all these things, and I had nothing. I started with nothing, and I made something out of it. So he's like, a man with two arms and two legs can do the same thing I can do, and not ask for a handout. And the last person that inspires me is my cousin Della. My cousin Della, right? I had a conversation with her yesterday. She is disabled, right? Right, handicapped, right? And her legs are like kind of twisted, right? But the thing is, this is the most gangsterous woman I've ever met in my life. It's like you may feel bad about your situation, but when you see her and you see how she moves, you're like, I really don't have no legs to stand on, literally, uh, to really complain about my situation when I see her get out there. Like she's like, I'm gonna get me a job, and she's an Uber driver in Florida, right? And I'm just like, that's the most gangsterous thing because she don't play. She like, I gotta get out there and get my money for it. And I'm like, okay, I got you, mad respect. So I mean, who has inspired you? Let's go with Chico.
So your question once again was Black History Month. What does it mean to me? Um, to me, it's all about characterization. They every prominent Black figure, they've had like such a huge character to them that they didn't sway, they didn't shift, they didn't move. That's just who they were, and they brought people with them. You know, and they changed like society. Period. Duke Ellington has been a inspiration to me because I'm a musician. I like listening to jazz. I can't play it for shit, but I love listening to it. The creativity, the improvisation, just how people are able to change on the drop of a dime off of just a cadence or a chord or something. So for me, it's character. Everybody brings a certain character, but in Black culture, we have been, demoralized, demeaned, everything, but we've kept our character. There are times that we step out, but for the most part, prominent figures, you can't shake them. No matter what you do, they shake and nod their head and say, okay, cool. And then they move on to the next best thing. And they ignore whatever you said.
Okay.
So now what do I do because of it? Because I like character so much. Being a teacher, I try and inspire my kids to have and uphold a certain character when they believe in themselves, when they are like, when they don't believe in themselves, really. It's just like, hey, you should always think up, never think down, because once you start thinking down, that's where your mind's going to take you. Always think up, shoot up, like don't shoot up, but
no, I get you. It's harder to climb. It's easier. It's easy to slide down, but it's hard to climb up. Like don't shoot up.
Absolutely.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. It just came out like
wow.
that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't do drugs, kids.
That's what happens on our show. This stuff happens. Like
that's crazy.
So how about you, Anthony? How about you? Like,
all right.
Okay.
So you guys already know we've had this discussion numerous times, especially at the start of Black History Month.
Here we go.
Here we go. I am the biggest proprietor of just history. You know what I mean? Black history is history. And I am the biggest supporter. My favorite, and I say this to everyone, my favorite figure in history who I think has the most impact on the world for such a short amount of life is Malcolm X.
Okay.
He's a big figure, but what he really did, people don't even notice. People don't even, so underrated to what his mindset was, especially for his age. The mindset that he grew into, the mindset that he adapted, the mindset that he changed, and then the mindset that he ultimately changed back. You know what I mean? Because towards the end of his, life, he was starting to think, instead of like being like, all white man is evil, just no, whoa, we got to do this instead of doing this. Yeah. And with that, history is built off of the backs of different cultures, different races, different everything. Obviously, like there's cultural bias to whatever culture or race you're in. Where we us Mexicans, we definitely have pride in our culture as well, and there's a lot of pride in the African culture, and it's good that a lot of people are starting to finally open their eyes to a lot of it is their own history. You know what I mean? Because I could tell you a lot of African Americans that I definitely, but I'm a history major, so I'm a little biased to this, but I definitely studied more history that incorporated different regions of the world.
Yeah.
And so with that, it's kind of nice having people open up their mind and broaden their horizon and start to realize what huge impacts these figures in history have actually had. You know what I mean? So like,
but the curriculum is slowly changing to tell more of the Black story.
Yeah.
But it's also slowly changing to take away from it.
Okay.
Removing certain words because they're derogatory.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Don't say it, but we have to know what it is. Okay. These kids have to learn that, this was the time that we realized that, the mindset was different. Right. We look at historic figures in all aspects of life, and we can find flaws in everyone, even to today. Yeah, we can find flaws in every single one of them. But you have to create it with the times. And I think with the time that we have now is the most freest mind time that there's ever been in history. Because if you were to even think certain things that we think today, back in, let's say, not even half a century ago, you'd be
dead. You'd be hung up by a tree.
I mean, literally. I mean, it got to the point of like just people just going crazy. But Malcolm X is definitely my favorite figure in all of history. It doesn't matter that this is Black History Month. It doesn't matter. It could be Mexican Heritage Month or whatever they want to call anything. It does not matter. That man has changed the ways people think, and he also made it okay for people to change their beliefs. He realized he was wrong in a lot of things, and he was right in a lot of things, and he took that. And that plays really big into today, because that's the one thing that our politicians and our Congress and our Senate and everything like that, they don't do. Just because they're set on one ideal, they stick to that ideal and ride it either
to the ground.
Yeah, they ride it up the mountain, up or down. You know what I mean? And he literally changed his mindset. Yeah. He changed his mindset and started going from that to that. And if people just start adapting that, they don't have to adapt all of the ideologies, but just the concept of change, the concept and the mindset.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I mean, Malcolm X he was one of the only people, if you think about history, that has went in one direction and said, "I'm sorry, I thought about it wrong.
I messed up."
But you know what? You know what though? Like, he didn't mess up, because with failure, all failure does is create another little lever that you can grab onto to continue climbing up.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
But the celebrities today, or people who you look at on TV, they make a mistake, and it's not heartfelt change. It's not heartfelt. My bad. My apology. It's more like, oh, I said it. Okay, let me go away for 6 months. Get rehab, and then come back.
But sometimes society doesn't give them a chance to be like, okay, my bad. Sometimes they just want to be like you, so they have to take that step back.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before too, you know, with Black culture and history, and of course the movie Black Panther,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, the Black community definitely, I mean, all the communities adopted it. Like my godsons over there, you know, Wakanda forever. You know what I mean? Every single community adopted it, white, black, blue, or orange.
Yeah.
But the Black community definitely adopted it. But the sad part is that, you know, there was also another movie that came out at this exact same time. We've had this conversation
Here we
numerous
go.
times. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. But Roman J. Israel, it was a movie that Denzel made.
Yeah.
And basically, he was the first Black lawyer to go up against the Supreme Court. And basically everything that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and, you know, Malcolm X and, you know, everything that the civil rights movement was pushing, he actually put into law. And that movie came out at the exact same time as Black Panther. And it was out in theaters.
It was just overshadowed.
It was overshadowed. So
Yeah.
also too, you know, going back to what you were saying with the Hollywood aspect of culture, you know, cultural appropriation and this and that, like, it doesn't matter to me. I wouldn't get mad. You know, I'm Mexican, so obviously the first thing people are going to think is a sombrero. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't get mad if some Black actor or actress or some white actor or actress wears a sombrero and start, you know, everyone does it on Cinco de Mayo anyway. But you know, it's instead of attacking these people, it's like, oh, cool, they're getting hopefully, you know, an affiliation with the culture that, you know, is deemed whatever society may think at the time. You know what I mean? So hopefully we look at it in a positive, but everyone tries to nitpick. Everybody tries to nitpick.
I think when they do the whole 180 on the drop of a dime, it makes everybody unsure, like, hold up, are you just doing this just to do it, or do you actually mean this?
Well, I'll tell you what, we can all just say without a shadow of a doubt that celebrities and social media figures and everything, they literally do it to get jobs. They need to be liked in Hollywood. Because if you're not liked in Hollywood, your career
You don't have a career. You don't have a career. You can't eat.
So of course people are going to be doing it to do it, unfortunately. But you want to hope that they take something out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
right, that they can learn. I think Drew Brees did it. He said something against his teammates, and then his teammates sat him down.
He said something. He said something not necessarily against the teammates, but he still just questioned the concept of the flag, and that, you know. But of course, we've had this discussion too. You know what I mean? Like, where I don't like the way, you know, Colin Kaepernick is definitely glorified, but he's that type that I'm here, and I disappear. Yeah, he does a little bit here and there. His assistants work his charities, this and that. I'm here. I signed a $100 million contract with Nike. I kind of ghost for a little bit. There's still, you know, issues that people are trying to push, and you know, there's still situations that people are questioning. You know, where is this face of the movement? Because he was, you know,
I thought he was
therefore,
honestly.
Yeah, you know, that was the idea. That was the idea, and I'm sure that was his intentions going in. But I mean,
I want to see
you signed a $100 million contract. Yeah, he got like some ridiculous deal with Nike, which is all good, you know, good on him or whatever. But there are definitely other figures in this movement that are actually out there in the grind every day, and they're not getting the public. You know, they're not in the public eye. They're in the grind, regardless of whether they can get in the public eye or they can't. You know what I mean? And of course, people aren't gonna like what I say, but it's just like, you know,
right.
And well, it's not even that too. Like we talked about this. Like, I served in the military. I've been overseas, and I've had my friends come home in a draped coffin, a flag draped coffin. And did him taking a knee bother me? No, it's a free country. Is it right? Would I do it personally with my mindset, my morals, and what I've been through? No. Am I mad at him for doing it? No. You know, it's the same thing. Like, I'm not mad at it. It's a free country. He has a right to voice his opinion, and that's the way he chose to do it. Whatever. It definitely had created the questions, you know, the questions of especially police brutality. You know, there's police brutality for everyone, whether you're white, black, blue, or orange, but it's very obvious when it's white on black. It's very obvious, and it's very, very portrayed in the media.
Those
you know,
colors don't mix.
yeah, I mean they do. They make a good little brown. You know, like
They make a nice little, yeah, they do. Mixing that way they do, but otherwise, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, with that, you know, it's just like, you know, we have different thoughts and everything, but everyone's entitled to their own damn opinion, and that's okay. And if you get mad about someone else's opinion, maybe you're a little too invested in the negative of what you think. You know what I mean? Like, you got to change your mindset. You don't necessarily have to change this person's opinion to believe what you think, and we don't all have to believe the same thing.
No, we don't.
You know what I mean? That's what makes us
to be okay with somebody else's different beliefs.
And you don't even have to be okay with it, but you don't have to attack people for it either. That just creates like self-negativity. You know, you're just making your own life negative.
Right.
So
but I mean, but like a lot of celebrities are like, I noticed that all of a sudden when the media changes the topic of discussion, a lot of celebrities just jump on board that, like when we did have mental health, right? And all of a sudden, all these celebrities jumped on mental health. Okay, I do a special about mental health. Now, before, you didn't independently talk about mental health. There's very few celebrities that we know of that before it was the thing to talk about, that they were talking about it. And definitely we're gonna get back onto that topic on another show, because it's interesting that you got to watch the media. The media is, I mean, out of control, and you cannot trust them at all for what truth is at all. And the thing is, you got to make up your own, as my grandfather said, you got to make up your own goddamn mind about everything, because and evaluate everything. Don't just be spoon fed the stuff before, because before it was journalism. Now it's
don't be a sheep.
Yeah, now it's media personality.
Media personalities.
You know, it's a face.
So
it is.
So let's go and move on to the next topic. What can we expect of the year 2021? New season, new thinking.
As a society or as individuals?
I mean, as far as what you see, because this is the reason I asked that question. Because one of the shows that we did last season, 2020, we were at the studio at my house, right? This is a different studio, this little space. And we talked about it, and we was like, oh, it's going to be great. This is before Kobe died, that show. This is before the Murder Wasp. This is before Murder Wasp, right? And we was talking about how glorious 2020 was going to be. I don't know if y'all remember that show. And I was like, and then it became Kobe died. Oh my God. Then it became Murder Wasp. Then it became COVID all the rest of the year. So my question is, I mean, do you feel like it's going to be a better year, or it's going to be some of the same 2020 we didn't know was coming year?
Haven't you watched the news, bro?
Huh?
Haven't you watched the news? Everything's back to normal.
You know it.
It's definitely trying to get there. It's definitely trying to get there. I think it's going to be a sense of
going back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because they want everything to start regulating back again. But I think it's a sense of community. I think 2021, everybody wants to get back to where we were. They want to get to be able to be friendly with everybody. They want everybody around. People miss each other, you know.
But that's strictly California.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? No, because like a lot of people in other states are already and have already been doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean.
East Coast has definitely been around each other. Yeah. But I'm saying on California's end, yeah, everybody wants to get back, wants to be community, just be a community, be around everybody, be able to just have that type of social interaction, because everybody's tired of the computer. Yeah. Everybody's so tired of the computer.
Well, like also too, like we like, you know, we've been saying it forever, is that, and I know we've all had the discussion. The hardest part growing up is getting social interaction, being able to talk to people, and also too, when you go on a job interview, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to talk to that interviewee you know, and
You
you're
gotta
gonna have to
talk
talk
to
to that
strangers.
interviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, people can't
You
even
gotta
talk
talk
to
to strangers.
strangers. You know what I mean? Like, and it's scary. It's scary
People have a
because
hard time calling other people on the phone.
Yes. Yes,
They do, and because they don't know what to say, they don't know what to.
they text. So there's a
I'll
whole
just-
there's the
yeah,
text
yeah,
society.
or I'll just
there's a
I'll just
delay.
email, yeah, or I'll just email them. It'll be easier, bro. They have to literally see their email. They can. Oh, they're calling me.
But
2 seconds.
I mean, I do. I mean,
Yeah, right.
I do miss the interaction myself. Even like when the way we used to do the shows. This I know. I guess people don't see it, but this is very very challenging for me to do this version of the show. I like us hanging out. I like us having a special drink for that night, and us just
Yes, sir.
just
Right.
Little
just
four fingers.
talking, and you just like
Right.
and a whole bunch of strangers, and we end up having this discussion about just regular people stuff, like the stuff that you do that you talk at the barbershop. I miss that, but the Zoom thing is like when somebody tells a joke, you got to feel the warm up.
Can't feel you can't feel each other's energy in the same room. You can feel the energy and you can feel everything just go off of Zoom. It's hard to connect. It's hard to connect. It just gets lost in the internet. Yeah.
And it's I mean Zoom is effective for what we're going through, because the thing is, if we was like in back in the day before computers, I don't know, people would have gone crazy. It would have been a lot more violence in the streets because it wouldn't been reported.
Actually, I don't even know about that because
Okay.
nah, because you know what? It's actual like the ease of access that we have to technology and everything like that is what created the fear mindset. You know what I mean? Like, and they were just constantly
we get so much information now.
We get so much information. They're constantly feeding you fear porn. I mean,
Right.
really, like you have it on your phone. Yeah, you have tracking. You have this. You get citizen updates. You have every little thing that that instant access. But to be honest, if you were like to go camping during COVID or like if anything like that and disconnect,
Been fun.
you feel so good. You feel so good coming back, and then you get back into that little
and then it's like entering a storm cloud.
Yes. So you know what I mean? Like that could be it. But I think if this happened in like, let's say the 80s, sometime in between post like people going crazy in the 70s and in the 90s, you know what I mean? So sometime in there where technology was barely getting kind of a thing, I don't think it would be that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And also too, journalism was journalism back then. Well, I mean, probably not. I mean, obviously, like at some point, I wasn't around back then, but like at some point, it was always skewed to a point. But it's not like it is now, where it's like you have to watch 5 different sort of media outlets, just to form one kind of cohesive mindset, or not even a mindset, but one sort of cohesive answer.
But I mean, we did experience this before. Yellow fever, Spanish fever. It was a COVID type outbreak that was wearing masks. That's where we got the idea for the mask from, actually, from the Spanish fever and
the Spanish flu in 1918. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, but they only quarantined the sick.
Yeah, but
everyone else went about their day. They quarantined people, but it was only the sick. So and
a lot of people didn't sick.
Yeah, a lot of people were sick, but they didn't quarantine society. They didn't quarantine me. They didn't quarantine you. You know what I mean? Who weren't sick. So, and that it's just different because also too, like the Spanish flu. I mean, I haven't done any research on it, but just like technology adapts and gets greater and stronger, I'm sure viruses adapt and get greater and stronger as well. But
we get a new flu every year.
With that, our immune system changes every year. You know what I mean? So, like we definitely have that, but we never had anything like this. And what this pandemic showed, a lot of things of how much people are willing to take, and people in California are willing to kind of bend over and take it, but people in other states and everything like that, even other countries are like, no, we're good. Like, there's some sick people, it's very serious, but it definitely showed how much people would take and how people can attack other people. You know, whether it be you're on the, you know, you believe in the right, and you know, you call it the China flu, and you see it, you know, an Oriental man, and you want to beat him up at a bus stop because, you know, this flu, whatever.
That's
And
crazy.
then,
We got 10 minutes, y'all. We got
hold
10
on
minutes.
though, hold on though, or you got people that don't want to wear their mask,
Yeah.
and you got other people just being like, well, you're part of the problem. It's just like, no, we don't know.
Just follow guidelines. Just follow guidelines.
Follow guidelines, you know, whether you agree with them or not. I mean, that's all we can do.
Very true. So,
All we can
okay,
do.
Chico, you got 3 minutes. What you got to say? Is 2020 gonna be good? 2021 gonna be a good year, or, you know?
You know, for the sense of community, I think it will, because I think people are now a little bit more understanding to other people's plights.
Mhm.
They see, I see my students every week, and they're like, oh, I'm bored, I'm not doing anything. And it's just like, okay, well, you know, where's your creativity? Where's this? Where's that?
Mhm.
So it's more a sense of camaraderie amongst everybody.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be okay. I think when we finally get out and at school starts coming back,
Mhm.
and everything starts being regulated better, it's going to be a good year, because I think everybody will be more compassionate to one another.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we just had this whole I forgot what I was thinking. Anyways, yeah,
I mean,
be better.
definitely you get your kids back into school, then the parents can.
They'll get more interaction. They'll get more interaction. They'll get more processing power in their brains, because there's more to do, more influences, more outside influences, more things to make them mature, instead of just being inside the house and having the creativity of the parents give them something to do. Because I know parents are tired.
I think the year would definitely make sure that everybody doesn't take anything for granted. Like the fact that you're outside, the fact that you're interacting with people, the fact that you get to date again, like all that you would never take for granted. You wouldn't be bullshitting like, I get to her.
Right.
Like, no.
No. Get to her now.
Get to her now.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? So how can people connect with y'all? So we coming down, we got like 7 minutes left. How can people connect with y'all? Anthony?
All right, so I just started and working on starting a foundation, a nonprofit foundation. So, you know, soon, just look for, just look for us. I'm probably going to say it on the show, you know, but we're definitely starting that. For now, just hit him up, hit my boy up, and he'll give you my email if you really.
What's the foundation?
So the foundation, it's a nonprofit just to help out veterans. Like, yeah, as you guys know, like I've been to too many funerals, and a bunch of my buddies feel the same way. Mm-hmm. And we're just tired of it. So we got to figure out what we're doing, what we're going to be kind of set up. And we're actually already started. We're going tomorrow to set up a meeting for one of the guys who needs help. And, we have guys positioned all through the US. And we're
Marines, right?
Yeah. We're gonna just definitely take care of people, and basically that's it, man. I mean, I'm really looking forward and hoping that we can help. Like, we're already doing it right now. We're doing it out of pocket, but hopefully if we can get some help, coming soon, then we can definitely reach out to more people, because a lot of people, it's that camaraderie, it's that. Like
having somebody in your back. Yeah.
Let's go. So yeah, I mean, definitely. So once we get it all situated, do that. But for now, hit my boy up. He'll give you my email. We'll just get in contact that way.
Okay. And Chico?
Chico Jones. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Ratchet_smile. DM me and say, Kramer Show and Tell. Then I'll accept you, because I just realized my page is private. So yeah, shoot me a DM. Show.
We know what DM you're gonna get.
We know.
But also too, like if you want to look out for it too, like I wasn't gonna give the name, but it's Wings in the Sky.
Okay.
It's gonna be Wings in the Sky. Yeah. So working on that. So if you, I didn't want to mention it, but I was just like, you know what?
Some bombs here.
You gotta be a little
bro.
fortunate, you know what I mean?
You know what? It's gonna be good, man, because we got a plan,
Mhm.
and we're executing it. Obviously, like with no issue on our own dime. But if we get a bigger
Funding.
web, no, not even. I mean, the funding's great, but we just need a bigger web of people.
Okay.
That we could help. I'll go broke trying to help someone. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I'll be okay as long as they're okay. I'll be fine. And we're just tired of funerals.
It's good human being right there. He's a good human being right there.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I'm evil.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Anything but.
I just want to thank y'all. I know this version of the show is much different. Usually we do an hour, maybe 2 hours. This show is 40 minutes long, trying to get it done, trying to get it in.
Too short.
Short, but the thing is, it's tasty. You make you want some more. So we on episode 79, y'all. I know for you're probably tuning in. It's probably your second episode. But if you go on my website, karimaspear.com, KarimaSpeare.com, and also I'm getting a website built with all the best episodes. It's some good stuff. Anyway, definitely tune in. So I'm your host, Karima J. Spear. You can find my work at, again, KarimaSpear.com, KarimaSpear.com. And also check out the website. Thank you all for tuning in for season 5, episode 78. We call this 2021 New Season, New Thinking. Thank you for folks on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I want to thank my guests, Chico and Anthony, for helping me out and joining me. You definitely inspire me to get it done. I got 11 more episodes to do this season. But if it gets good, like I think it's going to get, I'm just going to charge forth and just get to that 100.
Word?
Oh, by the way, we're on show number 100.
Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
we gonna be on that 100.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100. Also,
I'm staying in the background, just like.
What's up? I want to also thank Asar for letting me play his music. The return of Asar. You got to tune into this. He did Exhibit's first album. So Asar. I want to give you big shout outs, big love, always, brother. Definitely real friends. Anyway, the next show, y'all, is episode 79 on Thursday, March the 11th, 8:15 Pacific Coast time, and episode 80 was on Thursday, March the 25th at 8:15. So definitely tune in. Again, write that on your calendar. I'm going to post it on YouTube and also post it on Facebook. And anyway, Karima Show is a great show. So it's a great show. So please go tell somebody. Until next time, y'all, we going peace. Peace.
You just gonna hold your hand up there the whole time?
Oh, I'm bobbing my head too. With my 96 Impala.
Hey.
Hey, just lean like a cholo.
Peace, y'all. See y'all later.